Kuwait's history is an intricate mosaic of events, a complex and layered tale that unfolds across the centuries. It is a narrative profoundly shaped by conflicts, foreign influences, and ongoing geopolitical transformations. This region, seemingly small on the map, is extraordinarily rich in natural resources, particularly oil. Its strategically crucial geographic location in the Persian Gulf has made it a crossroads of interests and ambitions. For these reasons, Kuwait has been, and to some extent remains, a theater of numerous conflicts and tensions. Understanding its history means analyzing the power dynamics that have shaped the Middle East. The land we now know as Kuwait has been home to various nomadic populations since ancient times. These communities moved around following the resources and opportunities offered by the desert and the sea. For long periods, this land was part of larger and more dominant empires such as the Persian one. Its identity was often absorbed by larger political and cultural entities. The area's importance was primarily linked to maritime trade, which flourished along the routes connecting east and west. Natural harbors offered refuge and opportunities for trade. Another important economic activity was pearl fishing, which for centuries represented a source of wealth and sustenance for coastal communities. Pearls from the Gulf were highly prized. During these millennia, there were no major wars involving Kuwait as an autonomous entity. Conflicts were often part of broader imperial dynamics. Kuwait, as such, was not a major player in the great conflicts of antiquity. Its existence was more that of a transit point or peripheral province. The modern period saw the rise of the Al Sabah dynasty, which began consolidating its power in the 18th century. This marked the beginning of a new era for the region. Under the leadership of the Al Sabah family, Kuwait quickly established itself as an important trading port. Its strategic location favored the development of a thriving trade industry. This growing prosperity and its geographical location attracted the interest of European colonial powers, particularly Great Britain. The British Empire viewed Kuwait as a key location. In 1899, Kuwait signed a treaty of protection with Great Britain. This agreement was a pivotal moment in its history, defining its future international relations. The agreement granted Kuwait a form of independence from the Ottomans, who at the time exercised nominal sovereignty over the region. It was a move to contain Ottoman influence. In exchange, Great Britain guaranteed Kuwait's security, protecting it from external threats. This pact established a relationship of dependence but also of protection. This treaty marked the beginning of a period of relative stability for Kuwait. British protection isolated it from many of the regional conflicts plaguing its neighbors. However, this stability also entailed significant political dependence on Great Britain. Kuwait gave up some of its autonomy in exchange for security. The discovery of oil in 1938 radically transformed Kuwait, catapulting it into a new economic and geopolitical dimension. It was an event that changed its destiny forever. Thanks to its vast oil reserves, its economy grew at a dizzying rate. Kuwait quickly transitioned from an economy based on trade and fishing to an oil powerhouse. In just a few decades, Kuwait became one of the richest countries in the world in per capita terms. This unexpected wealth led to rapid infrastructural and social development. The extraordinary oil wealth inevitably attracted the attention of neighboring countries, particularly Iraq. Iraq's ambitions for Kuwait intensified over time. The Gulf War, which broke out between 1990 and 1991, was the most devastating and traumatic conflict in Kuwait's modern history. Its consequences were profound and long lasting. Iraq, led by dictator Saddam Hussein, invaded and occupied Kuwait on August 2, 1990. The invasion was swift and brutal, taking the international community by surprise. The international community responded firmly, condemning the aggression and imposing sanctions. A multinational coalition led by the United States formed to liberate Kuwait. Operation Desert Storm was launched in January 1991 with a massive air campaign followed by a ground offensive. The goal was the liberation of Kuwaiti territory. The war ended quickly with Iraq's crushing defeat and the liberation of Kuwait. Iraqi forces were forced to retreat, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The conflict left widespread destruction in its wake, particularly the burning of hundreds of oil wells, causing significant and lasting environmental damage. The landscape was devastated. In the post war period, Kuwait embarked on an ambitious and complex process of reconstruction and modernization. The country committed to repairing the damage and looking to the future. It has strengthened its international relations, seeking alliances and partnerships to ensure its security and stability. Diplomacy has become a key tool. Kuwait has invested heavily in economic and social development, diversifying its economy and improving the quality of life of its citizens. Education and healthcare have been priorities. Despite these efforts, the region remains inherently unstable with persistent geopolitical tensions. The Middle East is an area subject to constant change and challenges. In particular, latent tensions persist with Iraq, although relations have improved over time. The memory of the invasion remains an open wound in the collective memory. Kuwait must constantly address regional security challenges, balancing its own needs with the power dynamics of its neighbors. Vigilance is essential. Oil dependence, while a source of wealth, also represents a constant challenge. Price volatility and the need to diversify the economy are key issues. Kuwait's wars from ancient times to the present day reflect a history steeped in conflict and external influences. Each era has left its indelible mark on the country. Its strategic location, at the crossroads of important trade and geopolitical routes, and its immense natural resources have made it a constant target of others' ambitions. This is its eternal duality. These factors have profoundly shaped its destiny and national identity. Kuwait is a prime example of how geography and resources can shape a nation's trajectory.